If you have EBT, you need to be careful. There are mistakes that could cause you to lose those benefits forever. Today, we're going to talk about the fine line between using your benefits correctly and the major missteps that can lead to serious consequences, including a lifetime ban from the SNAP program. Our focus today is to unpack those triggers and help you safeguard your account. Let's illustrate this with a very real-world example from last December. A glitch on the DoorDash platform allowed SNAP shoppers to use their food stamps benefits to buy non-food items from Aldi's. News of the glitch exploded in certain social media groups, especially in certain Facebook groups. And this particular glitch was very tempting for a lot of people. It happened just before Christmas, and it allowed a lot of low-income parents to purchase gifts for their children, and that's something that is often impossible to do on a low-income budget. As a result, some people spent a significant portion of their food benefits on Christmas gifts and other clearly non-food items. We're talking about items like stuffed animals, candles, Barbies, Legos, backpacks, pajama sets, home decor, all sorts of things that clearly do not contain any trace of food whatsoever. The situation escalated quickly when DoorDash discovered the glitch. At least one user found her DoorDash account deactivated as soon as the items were delivered. DoorDash said that she had breached their terms of service. When this particular user tried to alert the others in the group, her post was deleted within moments. And that's the really frustrating part of this story. The admins in this particular group make money from affiliate links, so they have a financial motivation to encourage SNAP users to break the rules. They don't really face any of the consequences if something goes wrong, so they don't have a lot of incentive to be honest about it. In stark contrast, the consequences for EBT users can be severe and life-altering. Consider the user who lost access to DoorDash. That's just the tip of the iceberg. If you use your benefits to intentionally buy something that you know is not supposed to be SNAP eligible, that's called an intentional program violation. Federal law says that your first IPV offense can lead to a 12-month suspension of your benefits. The second offense can lead to a 24-month suspension, and a third offense could trigger a permanent lifetime ban from the SNAP program. That means that you would never be able to get food stamps again in your lifetime. That is a very high price to pay. I don't want any of you to ever have to pay that price. Now, at this point, some of my regular viewers might be a little confused. After all, I myself have published content about the surprising things you can buy with EBT. I have affiliate relationships, and I do make commissions from the purchases made through the content that I create. My integrity is important to me, and your welfare is important to me. So I want to be very, very clear about this. SNAP benefits are intended to be used to purchase food for your household. You can use your SNAP benefits to buy fruits and vegetables, meat, poultry, and fish, dairy products, breads and cereals, snack foods, non-alcoholic beverages, seeds and plants, and other EBT-eligible items. And that's where it gets complicated. If you get into the nitty-gritty details of the food stamps law, which I've read, you find other treasures. For example, there's an interesting little loophole that allows SNAP users to buy gift baskets if at least 50% of the value of the item comes from the food that it contains. That's why you can buy popcorn tins and Easter baskets with EBT benefits. The items that I recommend in my article have at least some food element to them. For example, I really love this McCormick Gourmet Spice Rack that is EBT eligible. Those seasonings cost about $6 at my local grocery store, which means that I would have to pay about twice that much just for the seasonings alone if I bought them locally. But you can buy all of the seasonings and the organizer for half the price on Amazon with your EBT card. It's pretty cool and totally legit in the eyes of the food stamps law. However, the DoorDash glitch was different. The items that were purchased included clothing, toys, home decor, and other items that did not have any food content at all. This is a clear violation of SNAP's intended use, and there's no gray area about any of those items. It's clear that they should not have been covered. There is a big difference between a legal loophole and outright fraud. Unfortunately, some of the shoppers who exploited that DoorDash glitch committed fraud, and some of them didn't even realize it. When someone uses their benefits to purchase something that they know should not be covered, that's an intentional program violation. It basically means that you are breaking the rules on purpose, and this decision can have major, lasting consequences. There are some circumstances where you can get a lifetime ban on the first offense. This is a very big deal. And of course, there are many different ways that SNAP users can commit intentional program violations, including submitting false information on your application. This is perhaps the most common way to commit an IPV. For instance, let's say someone claims they are unemployed when they actually have a job, or they underreport their income to receive higher benefits. This deliberate misrepresentation of circumstances to gain additional benefits is a serious violation. Of course, selling SNAP benefits for cash is also a violation. This is known as trafficking, and it's a major offense. Imagine someone selling their EBT card or SNAP benefits to get cash, or even trading them for something else like paying a bill. Not only is the person selling their benefits at risk, but the buyer can also face serious consequences as well. Now, purchasing non-eligible items is also an IPV. As we've discussed with the DoorDash glitch, using your SNAP benefits to buy items that are not food, such as electronics, clothing, or other household goods, is a violation. Remember, SNAP is intended for food purchases. It can also be a violation to use someone else's EBT card. This can happen if you take someone else's EBT card to buy groceries for yourself when you're not the one receiving those benefits. For example, if John borrows his friend's card to buy groceries for himself, that is a violation. If he's buying groceries for the cardholder, it's not, as long as he's the authorized user. Now here's a big one: applying for benefits in more than one state. This is also known as double dipping. If Sarah, who already receives SNAP benefits in Texas, moves to Florida and applies for benefits there without closing her Texas account, she's committing a violation. These examples illustrate just a few ways how intentional program violations can occur. This is not a comprehensive list. There are other ways. But the key takeaway here is the importance of honesty and integrity when dealing with those SNAP benefits. This is important because these violations can lead to severe and lasting consequences, including total disqualification from the program, repayment of benefits received improperly, and even legal action. Let's look at some of the potential consequences that rule breakers might face. The first one, obviously, disqualification from SNAP. The duration of disqualification will vary depending on the severity and frequency of the violation. As I've said before, typically your first offense is 12 months, second one is 24 months, third one is lifetime. However, there are exceptions. In cases where an individual is involved in trafficking, that's selling or buying SNAP benefits, over $500 or more, the consequence is permanent disqualification from the SNAP program on the first violation. There are no second chances for this. And this underscores the program's zero tolerance policy toward trafficking. Do not sell your benefits. Making a false statement about your identity or place of residence in order to receive benefits in more than one location is also another grave violation. If a person is found to have deliberately provided false information in this manner, they will be disqualified from the SNAP program for 10 years on the first offense. This lengthy period of disqualification serves as a strong deterrent against attempting to defraud the system by claiming benefits in multiple jurisdictions. Don't do that either. Another consequence that violators face is the repayment of benefits. If benefits were received improperly, the person who received them may be required to repay the amount that they were not supposed to get. This repayment obligation can become a significant financial burden, as it often involves returning large sums of money that the individual received over a long period of misuse. Now, in some cases, you may even face legal action and criminal charges. Intentional program violations can lead to criminal prosecution, especially in cases involving fraud or trafficking of SNAP benefits. These legal actions can result in criminal records, fines, and in severe cases, imprisonment. The legal consequences extend beyond the loss of benefits and can have long-lasting impacts on an individual's life. And of course, committing an IPV in the SNAP program can affect your eligibility for other federal, state, and local assistance programs as well. This can have broader implications on your overall ability to receive governmental support in other areas like housing, healthcare, and more. The good news is that it's pretty easy to avoid intentional program violations. After all, the keyword there is intentional. By simply adhering to the rules and guidelines in the SNAP program and using your benefits honestly and as intended, you can steer clear of these violations. Here are some tips. Stay informed. Regularly update yourself on the rules and eligible items under the SNAP program. Changes and updates can occur, and being informed is your first line of defense against unintentional violations. Don't trust anyone who tells you the rules have changed. Go look for that information yourself. If you subscribe to our channel and watch our monthly EBT updates, I will show you the news reports, and I will share the links with you so that you can find that information for yourself, so that you know it's an update you can trust. Another way to protect yourself is to report changes promptly. If there are changes in your income, employment status, household size, or any other factor that affects your eligibility, report those changes to your SNAP administrator as soon as possible. Honest communication is key. Use your benefits only for eligible items. Purchase only items that are obviously eligible under the SNAP program, which primarily includes food for your household. Avoid the temptation to use those benefits for items that are obviously not eligible, even if it seems harmless or you see others doing it or someone else tells you it's okay. Don't sell or trade your benefits. Never do this. Don't exchange them for cash, other goods, or services. This is a clear violation and it is considered trafficking, which is taken very seriously by the authorities. Please don't do this. Safeguard your EBT information. Treat your EBT card and related information with the same care you would treat a credit card. Don't share it with others or let anyone else use it. And remember, the purpose of the SNAP program is to provide nutritional assistance to those who need it. By using the program as it is intended, you're not only following the law, but you're also contributing to the integrity and sustainability of this vital support system. Mistakes can happen, but intentional misuse is a choice that can have serious repercussions for you and others. So what should you do if you've accidentally committed an IPV? You may want to call your local legal aid office because I'm not a lawyer, but it kind of seems logical that you can't accidentally commit an intentional violation. After all, intentional involves knowingly and willfully breaking the rules. But if you've received a notice that you're being charged with an intentional program violation, don't panic. The Center for Law and Social Policy, that's CLASP again, has a great guide that can walk you through this. They say that you'll receive several letters from the SNAP office that include a lot of different forms, including one form called a Waiver of Right to Administrative Disqualification Hearing. According to CLASP, you should never sign that document without speaking to a lawyer first, because it means that you are admitting to the IPV and giving up your right to a hearing. A lot of states will try to push you into making that choice because it's easier for them, but it's usually not in your best interest. See, at that hearing, the state agency has to prove that you violated the rules on purpose. If you just sign the waiver and admit to it, they don't have to prove their case. It makes their job easier, but it sure doesn't help you at all. So if you receive an IPV notice, you need to contact a legal aid representative in your area right away. We have a list at lowincomerelief.com/legal-aid. You can also reach out to the experts at CLASP for guidance. And remember, there are other circumstances that can trigger a lifetime ban from the SNAP program as well. Under the current SNAP rules, individuals convicted of certain types of felonies, including drug-related felonies, may face restrictions or disqualifications from receiving those SNAP benefits. The specifics of these restrictions can vary based on state laws and the nature of the conviction. Remember, the goal of SNAP is to provide nutritional support to those in need. Misusing this program not only risks your own access to these benefits, but can also undermine the integrity of the system altogether. By using SNAP benefits responsibly and within the guidelines, we can ensure that this program continues to serve as a lifeline for those who rely on it. For more SNAP secrets, be sure to subscribe to our channel and check out our most recent EBT update for details. I'll see you there.